So Hosana's mother is Karula, who was the mother of Thandi, and Thamba is Thandi's son. So it just goes to show that basically they are stepbrothers, if you want to call it that. I suppose it's in a weird way. So it's Thamba's grandmother is Hosana's mother. So actually it's an uncle relationship, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, there we go. So Hosana is the uncle of Thamba, if you wanted to put it in human terms, but they are of similar age, which is where it gets all a little bit confusing. But they are related by blood, so they have the same bloodline coming down. And interestingly enough, even though their mothers are not the same, theoretically Tingana is the father of both of them. So obviously we don't know that for sure, but that's what we think. This is just absolutely unbelievable. I actually can't believe that we've got 3 different leopards and all of them are boys, and that they are so relaxed with one another. There's not growling, there's not hissing, there's no foaming at the mouth. This is absolutely insane. Now, Anna Marie is saying that it's very interesting that they're all getting along and that there's no aggression between them. It was very weird. I would imagine up front there was a little bit, but what surprises me is that Thamba's the one in the tree with most of the carcass and Hosana's down on the ground. Now, I would have thought Hosana would have dominated Thamba and pushed him out, and in fact what I would have really thought is that the bigger of the males would have actually made sure that he's kind of in charge of what goes on and pushed the 2 young boys off the food, but seems not to be worried. Maybe he's had his full and is now allowing that one to finish, or these 2 young boys to finish off their carcasses. It really is a very, very strange dynamic, this, and not something we're going to see every day. What we're seeing right now is a first for me. I've never seen 3 leopards in close proximity like this, feeding off carcasses, with a big male being the one that allows them to feed and is so relaxed with the 2 younger boys. It's a complete anomaly and not something that we're going to witness very often at all. It really is quite ridiculous. So there we go. It is definitely Tingana. Now that he's turned, I can see it's definitely him. You can see he's kind of looking around. Hosana is a bit nervous of him. You see Hosana stands up as soon as Tingana is around. So Hosana is just looking over his shoulder, although back to the leg we go. And I wonder if Tingana is not going to come and try and chase Hosana off that leg. See, Hosana is just turning to face him. This is insane. Jay, no, I've never heard of a dominant pair of leopards in the same area that roam around together as a coalition. That I've never seen. I've obviously seen a lot of male leopards come into contact with one another and you follow each other around in terms of trying to define territories, and that sometimes lasts a day or 2, but never a coalition that walks around together for days on end. And what you're seeing here is just absolutely insane. To have 3 males like this together is almost unheard of, and the fact that Tingana is so relaxed with them, Hosana doesn't seem too perturbed, Thamba up in the tree is not too worried. It just goes to show you that often we give these male leopards such a bad reputation, and particularly Tingana. He's got this bad rep that he's this, nasty male that just eats other leopards for the sake of it. And you can see here that both of these males theoretically are his sons, and he's very tolerant of both of them, even while they're feeding. He's not chasing them, he's not even drooling or excessively salivating. So he's obviously recognizes that these are both young individuals and his offspring, and that's why he's being fairly relaxed around them. It's going to change as time goes on, as we get a situation where Hosana and Thamba start to get bigger. We're going to have a situation where Tingana is going to change the whole dynamic, and it's going to become very, very different for these 2 young boys. He's going to be far less tolerant, especially once they start showing some size. At the moment, Tingana probably knows that he's much bigger than these 2, and therefore doesn't have to worry about anything and doesn't have to be too stressed about their sort of threat. But once they get a little bit bigger and they're starting to then vocalize, mate, scent mark, then you'll find Tingana is going to try and push them out. But this is just ridiculous. I actually can't believe that we have 3 male leopards in one sighting and that they are so relaxed. That is the key to this whole thing, is that they are absolutely chilled. And you can see Thumba's just having a field day. I think he's got the best spot out of all of them at the moment. Maybe Tingana is just a bit perplexed that his 2 offspring from different parents are sitting in the same area and everything is a bit weird for him. Maybe that's why he's a bit concerned, or I don't know. It's just such a strange thing. But Thamba is definitely tucking in to what is left of those back legs, and